these ratings came out, and Joey Aguilar is currently rated as the worst quarterback in the SEC.
Yeah.
16th out of 16. Austin,
From SEC
t-
Unfiltered.
t- SEC unfiltered.
Chris
Now,
Phillips in
well,
particular.
I'll toss it over to you. Tell us about these ratings.
So, listen, we have been, if you go back and listen to our Joey Aguilar content, Blake, I think we've been some of the more level-headed Vols fans, right? Like
Yes.
we are keeping expectations where they should be, which is in check. It's not like we have brought in an elite level player here, but 16 out of 16. Listen, I think my number one takeaway from SEC Unfiltered and Chris Phillips doing this is they know when they posted this on Twitter that the best way to push engagement was to put Aguilar at 16. They knew that because listen, if you rank him at 12 and he has a great season, you're going to get flamed for it about as much as you're going to get flamed for putting him in last. So it's like you might as well put him last to just like to juice up engagement as much as humanly possible. Because of course, like just by what Heupel has done with quarterbacks, right? Like the production he's gotten from quarterbacks from their starting point, it's so foolish to put him at 16 because for one, you could end up looking like a complete moron. Like if what happened, like if he eliminates Joey Aguilar's turnovers, kind of like we've been talking about, Blake, like, okay, Aguilar's going to bring a lot of big plays, but he's going to bring a lot of turnovers to the table. However, Heupel has done a really good job at eliminating turnovers from the quarterback position. So if he can do that and the offense and those receivers develop and the offensive line gets better, then all of a sudden this offense could be a whole lot better than it was last year. And you're looking like a complete idiot for putting him at number 16. So that's the one thing. That's the one reason I'm like, dude, listen, like, I'm not saying he should be top. He definitely shouldn't be top 5. He might not even should be top 10, but 16, there's dudes on here that haven't played a snap in the SEC. Ty Simpson for Alabama has shown absolutely nothing. He got benched against South Florida and his only opportunity to play. He started against South Florida a couple years ago and he got benched for Milroe once again. It's like there's guys on here that A, haven't played, or B, when they have played, they've been bad. So ranking a guy like Aguilar, who's been a solid starter for a team like App State at 16, it makes no sense other than the fact that it's to generate clicks, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I mean, that's we have to take everything with a grain of salt, even from the kind of quote unquote mainstream sports media. I'll even say, guys like Josh Pate, right? I mean, I like Pate, and we're about to talk about something that favored us from Pate. But even from those kind of more mainstream outlets, we have to remember that everything is about the mighty, mighty dollar, right? And everything's about trying to generate that engagement to generate more revenue. So take it with a grain of salt. But man, dead last?
Dead
Absolutely not.
last.
I mean, that's insane. Like you said, I mean, between the way that our quarterbacks have played and developed and just our offense in general, I mean, even Nico was,
I mean,
I mean, shoot, he couldn't, make decisions. He, made some poor decisions, wouldn't get rid of the football, and he was still middle of the road in the SEC last year, right? And so, yeah, for Joey Aguilar, a guy who is essentially, I mean, this is his last year of football.
yeah.
I mean, at least give the guy some credit for having some experience. And we've talked about that, right? We, like you said, we've talked about this is that, we thought that, hey, Merklinger would probably win this job just because the disadvantages Aguilar has coming in. But we didn't, like you said, we didn't think that Joey Aguilar is going to be bad. And yes, we talked about how he's probably going to have more turnovers than we've been used to, but we didn't think he's going to be bad. So yeah, this just kind of blows me away. It's very obvious. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It's like, okay, if he's in like the bottom 12, you might as well just push him all the way to 16 for that
Exactly.
extra engagement because
That's
they know
exactly what
Vol
I
Twitter.
said.
They know Vol Twitter, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's a guy, Jackson Arnold's 9 on this list. Blake, we played Jackson Arnold last year in Norman, Oklahoma, and got him benched. I mean, that's a guy that's ranked like 6 spots ahead of Aguilar. Austin Simmons, Ole Miss's quarterback, is at 6 on this list. He hasn't played a snap in the SEC. I mean, there's a lot of the rankings are just puzzling. Again, you can't, kind of like Kevin saying in the chat, you can't rank Aguilar super high. Like I wouldn't rank Aguilar super high in this list, but I just feel like the ceiling of our offense, like it just, I don't know, it raises. I know the offense wasn't great last year. It struggled at times, but to me, it's just like betting against Josh Heupel's offense to bounce back and ranking him 16. I mean, that list could look really, really dumb. Like it could look really, really dumb at the end of the year. And I just don't see a scenario where production wise, he's 16th in the SEC. That would just mean they also posted something that said our worst case scenario was 6-6, but our best case scenario was 9-3, which I think is actually pretty realistic. But at the same time, it's like if you think our worst case scenario is 6-6, but you rank our quarterback 16th, that those two things don't add up. If our quarterback is ranked 16th in the SEC, that means we're going 2-10. Like that's it's not going to be a good season. Also, Diego Pavia is ranked 5th on this list. I just let me just bookmark this right now, okay? Because like we're gonna start getting into more of this as the season starts, as far as like predictions and stuff are concerned. I'll start with a prediction right now, Blake. I'll say this right now here on the Vol Talk podcast. Whether it's Joey Aguilar or Jake Merklinger that starts, either one of those guys will have better production than Diego Pavia this year. Bookmark it right now. And he's ranked 5th on this list. Aguilar 16th. Whoever plays at quarterback for Tennessee this year will have a better season, numbers wise, wins wise, head to head, any metric you want. They will have a better season than Diego Pavia.
I think that is a solid prediction just from the fact that, like you've talked about with our offense, and that has to raise the ceiling some, to some degree. And the fact that Pavia is playing at Vanderbilt, it's like, how much production is he really going to actually have, right? Compared to whoever our quarterback ends up being. So I think you're absolutely right. I think you hit the nail on the head with that analysis. But again, folks, at the end of the day, it's the
It's
internet,
clicks,
right?
dude. It's about
It's clicks.
firing up Vol Twitter because they know Vol Twitter is ruthless. And I bring up Vault Twitter a lot on this podcast, Blake, and I'm very critical of Vault Twitter. I think me talking about the that guy in our last topic about recruiting, the guy who said, "Oh well, if Heupel lands keys," like all that was on Twitter, all that was from Vault Twitter. So listen, I'm not saying everything on Vault Twitter, and maybe Blake has had something in the past on Vault Twitter that didn't go his way. Point being is that we have a lot of dumb fans on Twitter. However, this was warranted. Like this warrants the response from Tennessee fans because it doesn't even make sense from what we've seen of the quarterbacks on the list. It doesn't make any sense. So it was clearly to drive engagement.
And I do agree. I don't agree with your little jab about my escapades on Vol Twitter. I'm gonna have to say that I don't count that as a loss. In fact, we've got a video laying out my thoughts. Go check it out, folks. Wide receiver, who is it? Does Tennessee have a case? Go check out that video if you haven't seen it already. Austin, any other final thoughts on this list and ranking Aguilar dead last?
No, it's just bad. That's my final thought. It's a bad list, and this is coming from fans who listen. If you're a doubter and you think we hype up Aguilar, go watch our QB1 videos. Like we have kept our expectations of Aguilar in check.